Imagine for a moment. Close your eyes, if you can, and feel the weight of your body on the chair. The ambient noise dissolves, and all that remains is the voice guiding you. Feel the curiosity vibrating in your chest, a silent energy that propels you forward. You are about to discover something most people don't even dream exists. A key. A secret kept, not in forbidden books or high-tech laboratories, but within the deepest fibers of your being, in the architecture of your own brain. It is an ancient practice, a form of mental hacking that transcends technology and modern science, and I'm not talking about a computer trick. I'm talking about something infinitely more ancient and powerful. A mental practice that, for ages, has been used by monks, shamans, and masters of the East to unlock a potential that defies all logic and human understanding. For millennia, these masters understood something fundamental about our very existence. True strength lies not in the muscles you see, but in the mind you cultivate and the spirit you align. What they knew, and what modern science is only now beginning to decipher, is that our reality is not fixed. It is shaped by a subtle energy, a life force that flows through everything and everyone. In the traditions of Taoism, Zen, and Bushido, they saw the body and mind not as separate entities, but as a single interconnected system, a temple that, when aligned and purified, can accomplish seemingly impossible feats. This is the foundation of Wu Wei, the effortless action, where force flows naturally without resistance. It is the essence of mindfulness, where each breath becomes an act of creation. They told stories of masters who, through deep meditation and visualization, could endure the extreme cold of the Himalayas without pain, overcome physical injuries in record time, and even manifest a presence that calmed everyone around them, silencing conflict with their mere existence. This is not a story, it is their journey. The journey to awaken this inhuman force. And when we talk about inhuman strength, we are not referring to lifting stones, but to something much deeper. We are talking about a superhuman resilience, the ability to face any adversity with unshakable serenity. Imagine being in the eye of a hurricane, where destruction and chaos swirl around you, yet you remain perfectly calm, centered, and in control. We're talking about a mental clarity that allows you to see through the chaos and confusion, making decisions with surgical precision and intuition, like an archer who sees the target before even drawing the string. And finally, such a powerful presence that fills the room without a single word. People don't just hear what you say, they feel your truth, your silent power. Think of the Shaolin monks, who transformed their bodies into tools of absolute focus through discipline. Or the samurai, whose mental discipline was their true weapon. They weren't born with this power, they cultivated it. And now, you have the opportunity to begin cultivating yours. I invite you to join us here at Axiom Sage. I invite you to awaken your own timeless wisdom. And to do so, the first thing you need to do is commit. Not to me, but to the journey of transformation that resides within you. Connect with the energy of the present. From now on, every word, every phrase you hear, is not just information. It's a tool. It's a seed that can be planted in your mind so that it may blossom into a new reality. Awaken. This is the starting point. Not of superficial knowledge, but of a profound and lasting transformation. Feel this. This is your mental preparation for what is to come. Our journey begins now. If you're ready to unravel this mystery, to go beyond the surface and start building a solid foundation for your life, then subscribe to the channel. Just clicking is a sign that you're ready to begin this journey. Let's go together. And have you ever considered that perhaps your greatest strength isn't something you acquire, but something you reveal? What happens when you stop seeking and start cultivating? What happens when you unlock the true power that was always there? And to take the first practical step, let's delve into the essence of brain hack. The first tool you'll use is breathing. Not just the act of breathing, but the art of breathing. In ancient practices like Qigong and Tai Chi, breathing isn't just about oxygen. It's about moving vital energy, or qi, through your body, uniting mind, body, and spirit in a single flow. Sit in a comfortable position, with your spine straight and your shoulders relaxed but firm. Now, place one hand on your lower abdomen, about 3 finger widths below your navel, in an area that Eastern masters call the dantian. Inhale deeply through your nose, allowing the air to fill not only your lungs but also your belly, like an expanding balloon. Feel your hand rise. Exhale slowly through your mouth, allowing your belly to empty completely, pushing the air out. Repeat this process. Don't think, just feel. With each breath, you're not just exchanging air, you're moving your energy, anchoring your awareness in the present. You're building your center of gravity, your base of power. With each inhalation, you absorb calm. With each exhalation, you release tension. With each breath, you become stronger. Continuing our journey, we feel the difference that conscious breathing has already begun to make. This is the first and most crucial step of the brain hack. From this center, dantian, which you are beginning to cultivate, true strength emerges. Not the strength of lifting weights in the gym, but the strength of maintaining your inner balance amidst external chaos. It is the mental clarity of the samurai who faces the enemy with a calm mind, not with anger. He does not allow himself to be overcome by fear, but channels that energy into an unbreakable focus. It is the resilience of the monk who meditates for hours under the scorching sun, not through physical endurance, but through the discipline of the mind over the body, transforming discomfort into a portal to inner peace. Modern neuroscience, in its own vocabulary, calls this self-regulation. She understands that by breathing deeply and diaphragmatically, you stimulate the vagus nerve, the main messenger that calms your nervous system. This deactivates your fight or flight response and returns you to a state of calm. But for the ancients, this was a much deeper understanding. For them, it wasn't just about brain chemistry, but about mastering vital energy, harmonizing the chi. They understood that every thought, every intense emotion, was a form of energy that, if not channeled, would dissipate into anxiety and fear. When you master your breathing, you not only oxygenate your body, you learn to control the flow of this energy, directing its strength where it is truly needed. You become a gardener of your own inner garden, pruning the thoughts that don't serve you and nurturing those that strengthen you. Now, let's dig a little deeper. This isn't a one-and-done trick. It's a discipline that requires repetition and consistency. But the reward is true. Freedom, the freedom of not being a slave to your emotions, of not being carried away by the current of anxiety, but of navigating with purpose and intention. Think about it. How many times a day do you feel swept away by a reaction, by a piece of news, by a comment? The brain hack gives you the tool to stop being a leaf in the current. From now on, every time you feel anxious, overwhelmed, or unfocused, I want you to return to your dantian, to your breath. It's the anchor that keeps you steady, no matter how strong the storm outside. It's the key that connects you to your inner power. And it's this connection, this alignment between mind, body, and spirit, that opens the portal to an inhuman strength, the ability to become unshakable. What if I told you that you can unleash this power not only in moments of calm, but also in moments of maximum tension? There is a peak you can reach. A point where time seems to slow down and your mind operates with absolute clarity, an almost supernatural intuition. Modern science calls this state flow or area, but for the ancients, it was the pinnacle of mastery. It's the moment when your mind, body, and intention merge into a single, powerful movement. This is the pinnacle of the forbidden brain hack, and you're closer to unlocking it than you think. It's a state of being that allows you not only to survive chaos, but to thrive in it, with a strength that seems to come from elsewhere. And for you to continue on this journey of self-discovery and empowerment, it's essential that you're here with me every step of the way. The click you made to subscribe to the channel was the first sign. But your continued presence is what solidifies your transformation, what gives you access to each new tool that will sculpt your mind. If you haven't already, sign up now and activate the bell. I promise you that the next tools I'm going to give you can change your life. They can help you develop this resilience and mental clarity faster and more effectively than anything you've ever tried, because they work directly with your deepest nature. Imagine for a moment the feeling of being in complete control of your inner world. Not like a despot, but like a master who understands and directs your own energy. You don't react, you act. You don't waver, you adapt, like water flowing around rocks. It's not magic, it's the result of ancient discipline, of timeless wisdom that is finally within your reach. And I tell you, the best is yet to come. Now, go deeper into this state of flow that breathing has brought you. Feel the calm that resides in your center. We've already talked about Dantian, the center of power, the anchor that keeps you grounded. Now, imagine that this anchor is just the first step in diving deep into your own consciousness, the portal to a dimension of power you have not yet explored. Eastern masters used meditation and visualization not as a relaxing pastime, but as a tool for mental and energetic engineering. They visualized their energy body, the flow of chi, and consciously directed it to heal, energize, and protect. You have this ability too, because the universe gave you the most powerful tool of all, your mind. This is the essence of power. Modern neuroscience tells us that your brain possesses an extraordinary capacity called neuroplasticity, the ability to reorganize, create new neural pathways, and adapt to new experiences. Your mind is not a fixed structure, but a constantly evolving map. And visualization, the art of creating mental images with intention, is your GPS. It's the map you use to guide this plasticity and rewrite your own story. Let's practice this now. Close your eyes for a moment. Breathe deeply, returning to your Dantian, feeling the air expand your belly. Now, with your mind, visualize a warm, golden light, like the morning sun, emanating from this power center. Feel it vibrating, pulsing, a pure and lively energy. Allow this light to expand slowly, spreading throughout your body. Feel it descending through your legs and feet, rooting you to the ground. Feel it rising through your torso, cleansing and purifying your organs. Allow it to rise up your arms, to your fingertips, and finally, fill your head, clearing your mind. Feel every cell, every muscle, every bone in your body bathed in this light. This light is your life force, your chi. Feel it strengthening your bones, relaxing your muscles, clearing your mind of unhelpful thoughts. This isn't a fantasy, it's a command to your subconscious, a signal you're sending to your nervous system to calm, heal, and strengthen. You are hacking your own biology, using your mind as the chief engineer. This practice, repeated daily, begins to create new, permanent neurological connections. You become more aware of your body, more sensitive to your deepest needs, and less reactive to the whims of the outside world. And clarity, what emerges from this process, is the true culmination of our brain hack. It's not just the ability to think more clearly, but the ability to make decisions not based on fear or impulsive reaction, but on the deep intuition and inner wisdom you've been cultivating. You begin to operate from a state of unshakable presence. The things that used to drive you crazy, the trivial worries, the hurtful comments from others, begin to lose their power over you. You become the calm observer in the midst of the storm, the beacon that lights the way instead of being swept away by the waves. And so that this journey is not just a passing moment, but a lifestyle, a new reality, I need your continued presence. If you're feeling the power of these words, the resonance of this wisdom, then your mind is ready for transformation. Your soul is calling you to this awakening. Subscribe to the channel now and turn on the notification bell. I want to make sure you don't miss the next steps, as each new piece of content is a new tool, a new map to your inner universe. What you're discovering now isn't something you find most places. What's happening here is a true revolution in your mind, a return to your essence. What you do with this power is your next big choice. Feel the golden energy. It's not a metaphor. It's an instruction. The brain, through visualization, doesn't differentiate between a real experience and a vivid, imagined one. By directing this light, you're literally activating areas of the brain that promote well-being, healing, and concentration. Neuroscience shows us that this practice strengthens the prefrontal cortex, the part of the brain responsible for decision-making and emotional control. You're training your mind to be the conductor of your own body, not a passive passenger carried along by the waves of reactivity. And this is the big difference between what we call strength and inhuman strength. One is the response, the reflection of your conditioning. The other is the control of the response, the conscious choice of how you manifest in the world. Now imagine this golden light becoming a shield, a power armor that protects you from distractions, negative energies, and the chaos of the outside world. Imagine a chaotic traffic jam, drivers honking, the sounds of the city invading you, impatience rising in your chest. Now, visualize your golden shield. It doesn't block the sound, but filters it. The anger of others doesn't reach you, it dissipates on the surface of your armor. Within you, there is an unshakable calm, a bubble of serenity that allows you to respond with clarity, rather than reacting with frustration. This is the essence of Japanese Shinto, harmony with the energy of nature. Not fighting the storm, but becoming the storm itself, in a state of perfect balance, where external chaos can no longer define you. You are no longer reacting, you are responding with clarity, with intention. And this is where breathing, visualization, and intention merge into a single point of power in our brain hack. Focused, the ancient masters knew that attention is our most valuable currency. Where attention goes, energy flows. Where energy flows, reality manifests. By focusing this light, this energy, you are concentrating your power. You are transforming your mind from a turbulent lake, reflecting everything distortedly, into a high-precision laser that cuts through noise and confusion. Focus is the spring through which you direct your inhuman strength. It's what allows your calm and clarity to translate into powerful and effective actions. To practice this mastery of focus, let's add a new element to your arsenal. From now on, I want you to choose a simple object around you. It could be a candle flame, a crack in the wall, or your own hand. For just 60 seconds, direct your full attention to this object. Don't think about it, just observe it. If your mind starts to wander, which it will, gently bring it back. Each time you do this, you are strengthening your focus muscle. Each time, you are taking back control of your attention, your most valuable currency. This practice, as simple as it may seem, is the key to unlocking true mental mastery. What you are building here is the foundation for an extraordinary life. It is not a life without challenges, but a life where challenges are simply opportunities for you to demonstrate your inhuman strength. With every breath, every visualization, every moment of focus, you are becoming a master of your own inner universe. And I promise you, what you will discover next is, next level of this foundation. It's the secret that transforms mental energy into physical power. What you'll discover next will change your perception of who you are and what you're capable of. The discipline of focusing your energy, of directing that golden light you have visualized, is the foundation of Wu Wei, the Taoist principle of acting effortlessly. It seems paradoxical, doesn't it? How can something so powerful be effortless? The key isn't inertia, but passivity. The key is total alignment. When your mind, body, and spirit are in perfect harmony, action isn't a struggle, but a natural flow, like water flowing around rocks. The ancient masters didn't strive to be strong, they became the force. Their energy flowed so freely that action was inevitable, almost spontaneous, and always the most effective. Neuroscience would tell us that this is the result of an optimized neural integration, where different parts of the brain and nervous system work in perfect harmony, without friction or resistance. They operate at their most efficient and powerful state. And this is where I introduce you to the next pillar of this foundation, an element that supports everything we've talked about so far. Posture. It seems simple, perhaps even trivial, but the way you position yourself in the world is a direct reflection of your inner state and, more importantly, it is a powerful tool you can use consciously. An upright and relaxed posture is not just a sign of confidence, it is an instruction you give to your own system. In yoga and qigong, they understood that the spine is the central axis of your being, the great channel of energy. When you align your spine, you are not only correcting your physical form, you are opening the channels so that your qi can flow freely, without blockages. Posture is the bridge between your mind and your body, the physical manifestation of your intention. Have you ever noticed how different you feel when you stand up straight, with your shoulders back and your head held high? You feel more confident, more present, stronger. This isn't an illusion. It's the biological reality of your body responding to a conscious instruction. When you improve your posture, you not only improve your breathing and oxygenation of your brain, you also change your internal chemistry. Studies show that a power posture can increase testosterone levels, the hormone of dominance and confidence, and decrease cortisol levels, the stress hormone. You're communicating to your nervous system that you're secure, in control, and ready to act, even before any action is taken. To make this a daily practice, I invite you to do a brief exercise, practice of unshakable posture. Sit or stand with your spine straight. Relax your shoulders, letting them fall back. Feel your chest open. Keep your chin parallel to the floor, as if a subtle thread were gently pulling you toward the sky. Now, hold this posture, but without rigidity. Hold it with relaxed intention. Feel the dignity in your form. Each time you catch yourself slouching, return to this posture. It's not just about your spine, it's about your dignity. It's your silent declaration to the universe that you are present, that you are in control. This journey, which began with breathing and deepened with visualization, now anchors itself in your own body. Posture is the physical anchor that translates your mental intention into tangible power. It's the pillar that ensures your inhuman strength isn't just a mental concept, but a reality you can feel and live. And so that this journey isn't just a passing moment, but a lifestyle rooted, I need your continued presence. If you're feeling the power of these words, the resonance of this wisdom, then your mind is ready for transformation. Your soul is calling you to this awakening. Subscribe to the channel now and turn on the notification bell. I want to make sure you don't miss the next steps, because with each new content, we'll delve a little deeper, and I'll give you increasingly powerful tools to continue shaping your reality. What you're discovering now isn't something you find in most places. What's happening here is a true revolution in your mind. Your life is about to change, and your attitude will be the first visible sign of this shift. With aligned posture, you're not just standing, you're connected. Feel the energy flowing from the earth, rising through your spine, nourishing your dantian, and spreading through your mind. This is the integration the ancient masters sought, where the body is not a burden to be carried, but an anchor that keeps you in the present. From this anchor, You not only resist chaos but can begin to manifest your reality with the inhuman force of your intention. Now, let's delve into a crucial step, which is one of the core elements of this forbidden brain hack. The mental discipline in human strength does not manifest in a chaotic mind. The mind is a garden. If you don't cultivate it, the weeds of fear, doubt, and distraction will take over, suffocating any potential for growth. Most people allow their minds to be a battlefield, hostage to intrusive thoughts and impulsive reactions. But monks and samurai didn't just meditate, they trained the mind to remain steadfast, even under extreme pressure. It's the ability to observe thoughts without getting caught up in them. It's seeing anger arising and not becoming anger. It's seeing fear and not being consumed by it. Neuroscience explains this as the strengthening of the prefrontal cortex, the part of the brain responsible for executive control, your control room. By practicing mindfulness, you are literally creating new neural connections that give you more power over your impulses. But Eastern spirituality goes further, seeing this as the awakening of the inner observer, your true essence, unaffected by the external world. This observer is the unchanging part of you, the serene sky that watches the clouds of thoughts pass by. It is your pure consciousness, the source of your serenity. And it's when this discipline becomes a habit that your mind reaches a new level of mastery. The moment your mind becomes so sharp, so focused, that the barriers of limitation simply disappear. The words of others lose their power because they no longer find an echo of fear within you. Obstacles transform into challenges you're ready to face because you no longer see them as threats. And the strength you feel isn't a strength of anger or brute effort, but of an unshakable presence. A strength that needs no fanfare because it's already there, radiant and silent. To cultivate this mental discipline, I invite you to observe or practice, find a quiet place and sit in your aligned posture. Close your eyes and simply observe. Observe your breathing. Observe the sounds around you. And, above all, observe the thoughts that arise in your mind. Don't engage with them. Don't judge them. Just observe them, as if watching clouds passing by. Let them come and let them go. Each time you catch yourself being carried away by a thought, gently bring your attention back to your breathing. This practice, for just a few minutes a day, will begin to create a sacred distance between you and your mental noise. You will become the master of your inner garden. To ensure you continue building this solid foundation, your presence and engagement are essential. If you resonate with these ideas, if you feel something profound awakening within you, then subscribe to the channel right now. Activate the bell so you don't miss the next steps, because what follows will give you the key to unlocking this strength in real, everyday situations, and teach you how to use this mental discipline not only for meditation, but for conscious action. What you are learning here is an ancient treasure, a wisdom that is finally within your reach. And we are just at the beginning of unearthing it together. From this inner observer you are awakening, a new capacity emerges. Not only to see the world differently, but to act upon it with a new intensity. And this is where inhuman strength begins to manifest itself practically, in your daily life, in your interactions, in your choices. Think of Eastern martial arts masters. Their strength came not from large muscles, but from an impeccable coordination of mind, body, and spirit. They used their opponent's energy against him, not through brute force, but through a superior mastery of movement and timing. Their minds were so clear that they could anticipate the attack and respond with surgical precision and, often, with minimal effort. This is Wu Wei in its purest form, the power to act with such alignment that resistance becomes irrelevant. And now, we delve deeper into the topic. What you're learning here isn't about winning a fight against an external opponent, but about overcoming yourself. The real battle is not out there, it's here, in your mind, in your internal dialogue. The most dangerous enemy is not the competition, but your own doubt and your fear. The ancients knew that the greatest obstacle to greatness is not a lack of skill, but the mental noise that paralyzes you. They practiced rituals of silence and meditation not to isolate themselves from the world, but to clear their minds and hear the voice of their own timeless wisdom. It's the voice that tells you to move forward when everyone else backs down. It's the voice that gives you the courage to try something new, even if you fail, because the fear of failure no longer controls you. From a neuroscience perspective, you are silencing the default mode network, DMN, the part of the brain that keeps you stuck in repetitive thoughts about the past and future, freeing your focus for the present. And it is in the fusion of your mental discipline with your aligned posture that your transformation reaches a new level. You are no longer just resisting problems, you are thriving through them. You are no longer a leaf blown by the wind of other people's opinions, anxiety, or reactivity. You are the mountain that remains firm, unshakable, even when the storm rages. This is true inhuman strength, the resilience that emerges when you become the master of your own mind. It's not a force that needs fanfare or approval, for your presence alone communicates your quiet power. You become a point of calm in the eye of the storm, and your serene energy affects everything and everyone around you. To ensure you don't lose your way and continue this journey of transformation, it's vital that you connect with us. The wisdom we're sharing here is a current that only flows if you're in it. If what you're feeling right now is the desire to go further, to discover more about this ancient wisdom, then subscribe to the Axiom Sage channel and activate the bell. What I have to share next is a final step in integrating everything we've learned so far. It's a powerful summary that will solidify your understanding and prepare you for the next level, which is the practical and constant application of this power. Your presence is what fuels our community, and your growth is our mission. What you will discover next is the synthesis of our power, the final integration that will make you unbreakable, a state of being that not only changes your life, but your very perception of reality. Stay with me, for this is the step that brings all the pieces together. Now, stop for a moment and reflect on what we have discovered together. Our journey has not been a race, but a process of meticulous construction. We began with breathing, an anchor for your energy center, the dantian. Through it, you learn to calm yourself, oxygenate, and connect with your base. Then, we visualize the golden light, a tool to reprogram your subconscious and activate your brain's neuroplasticity. Next, we talk about posture, the physical manifestation of your intention and a biological command to your nervous system. And finally, about the mental discipline, the awakening of the inner observer that frees you from the tyranny of thoughts. What you are learning here is not a set of isolated techniques. It is the synthesis and integration of a philosophy of life, where each piece fits into the next to form a solid and unbreakable foundation. It's the timeless wisdom of the East, translated into your modern life, to give you mastery over your own energy and your own reality. Think of yourself no longer as a human being searching for something, but as a craftsman forging your own essence. Breathing is the heat of the fire. Visualization is the malleable metal. Posture is the anvil. And mental discipline is the hammer that shapes it all into a single masterpiece. What we are doing here is a deep recalibration. Think of your brain as a supercomputer. Most of us operate with outdated programs, riddled with viruses of fear, self-sabotage, and doubt. These programs run in the background, consuming your energy and limiting your potential. With this forbidden brain hack, you're installing a new operating system, based on the principles of balance, focus, and resilience. You're uninstalling old programs and replacing them with code that allows you to operate at your peak, with an efficiency and clarity that seems inhuman. This is the essence of profound transformation. It's not something that happens overnight, but rather an ongoing process of becoming the most powerful and authentic version of yourself. And it is from this synthesis that a profound sense of purpose emerges. You begin to realize that the inhuman strength we seek isn't in something you earn, like a prize or a title. It's in something you awaken, something that has always been there, waiting for your attention. It's your ability to stand firm, to think clearly, and to act with purpose, even when the world around you seems to be falling apart. This strength doesn't scream to be heard. It doesn't impose itself violently. It simply remains. And that's its unshakable permanence that makes you unbreakable. To ensure you don't lose your way and continue this journey of transformation, it's vital that you connect with us, as the Axiom Sage community is the environment where this new version of you can flourish. If what you're feeling right now is the desire to go further, to discover more about this ancient wisdom, then subscribe to the Axiom Sage channel and activate the bell. What I have to share next is the preparation for closing. It's a time to consolidate all our learning, which will prepare you for the final impact, so that this strength becomes an inseparable part of who you are. What you're going to discover next is the synthesis of our power, the final integration that will make you unbreakable. It's time to seal your pact with your own greatness. You've reached a crucial point. The point of no return. You've felt your breathing deepen, your mind calm. You've visualized the golden light, felt your posture align, and awakened the inner observer that lives within you. You are no longer the same person who began this journey. Your essence, once dormant, is on the verge of complete transformation. The seed has been planted, watered, and the first sprout has already emerged, strong and resilient. From now on, every step you take will not be merely a reactive movement, but a declaration of intent. You are no longer reacting to the world, you are actively shaping it, with the wisdom of a craftsman. This is the final preparation. Think of it as the moment before the arrow is released from the bow. The tension, the concentration, the aim. Everything aligns into a single point of power. Your work so far has been one of preparation, of building the foundation, of sharpening the tool. And the tool is your own consciousness, your mind, your body, your spirit. The ancient masters knew that true strength lies not in the action itself, but in the quality of intention behind it. A clear, focused, and unwavering intention is what separates success from failure, persistence from giving up. It's the difference between a mediocre warrior who acts with blind fury and a samurai who acts with the silence and precision of lightning. Neuroscience, surprisingly, gives us a glimpse into this power. When you set a clear intention, you activate your reticular activating system, RAS. It's like a filter in your brain that begins to tune the world around you to find opportunities and information that align with your goal. If you focus on problems, your RAS will find problems. If you focus on solutions and opportunities, that's exactly what it will highlight. You're not just thinking about something, you're rewiring your brain to see reality through the lens of your intention. In spirituality, this is manifestation. In science, it's neural activation. And for you, it's the next key to your power. The time has come for you to use everything you've learned. To take this timeless wisdom and apply it not only to meditation, but to your career, your relationships, and your health. Your breathing can calm you before a crucial presentation. Your visualization can heal you from the stress of a tough day. Your posture can give you the confidence to excel in a competitive environment. And your mental discipline can give you the clarity to make the best decisions. I've guided you this far. I've shown you the door. But it's you who needs to take the next step, the decisive step that will solidify everything. This is the time to embrace your power, to become the master of your own life. To make this journey complete, to prevent you from falling into the trap of stagnation, I extend a transformational invitation to you. An invitation to commit. Not to me, but to yourself. This is not just another video, this is a turning point. If what you've felt so far resonates with your soul, if you're ready to not just hear but live this wisdom, then I ask that you subscribe to the Axiom Sage channel and become a member of this community of wisdom seekers. This isn't just a click, it's a vote of confidence in your own potential. It's your silent oath that you will honor the journey you've begun. And now, I'll give you the final synthesis. The final key that will unite it all and give you the inhuman strength forever, the ability to act with power and purpose in all areas of your life. Do you remember the beginning? That first breath, the whispered promise of a force that defies logic? Well, now, you hold the key. The inhuman strength is not a gift from the gods, nor a random superpower. It is the synthesis of your discipline. It is the result of a mind that has learned to breathe with intention, visualize clearly, to post with purpose, and to observe the chaos without being carried away by it. Each of these practices is not an end in itself, but a component of a perfect system, like the gears of a precision clock. Breathing is the engine. Visualization is the design. Posture is the structure. Mental discipline is the smooth, steady movement. Your brain is now restructured. The neural pathways that once led you to fear, self-sabotage, and doubt are being actively replaced by pathways of resilience, determination, and purpose. Neuroplasticity, your brain's ability to mold itself, is working in your favor. You've learned to use the principle of Wu Wei to act effortlessly, to align with the energy of your body and the universe, just like the ancient masters. You are no longer fighting the current. You have become the current. Instead of wasting your energy resisting, you use it to flow and guide your own path with power and ease. This is the new reality you've built for yourself. True strength lies not in how quickly you react, but in how calm you remain when everything around you seems to be falling apart. It's not the brute strength of an animal, but the unshakable presence of a mountain. The winds and storms may come, but the mountain remains. It is not the turbulence of a river, but the clarity of a lake in perfect calm, where you can see your reflection and the depth of everything that lies beneath the surface. This, my friend, is forbidden power. Not because it is evil, but because it is so rare, so powerful, and so profound that few dare to seek it, preferring the safety of mediocrity. And now, your journey doesn't end here. It's just beginning. What you've learned today isn't the final destination, but the map for a lifetime of growth and self-discovery. I've given you the map, and now it's time for you to walk it. To apply this wisdom to every conversation, every challenge, every decision you make. This is yours. Epic closing. The completion of one stage and the beginning of a new, more powerful one. Your mind, body, and spirit are aligned, ready for action. Your commitment to enroll and become a part of Axiom Sage was the first step, your declaration that you are ready to become unbreakable. I thank you for that trust. But the last impact is yet to come. What I have for you now is the final summary, a concept that encapsulates everything we've discussed. It's the final piece of the puzzle that will bring all the pieces together and make your strength shine, not like a light that fades, but like a sun that shines forever. Stay with me, for this is your moment of truth. And now, the final impact. The final truth. The strength you sought is not something you do, it's something you become. The journey so far has been a process of alchemy, of transforming your being, and the result is a new version of you. A breathing. The meditation you've practiced is no longer just a technique to calm you down. It's your new state of being. It's your silent alarm that reminds you to return to your anchor in the midst of any storm. With each inhale, you absorb strength. With each exhale, you release weakness. It's your unshakable foundation, your inner engine that operates with a precision and power you never knew before. A visualization. What you've practiced isn't a fantasy. It's your new reality. It's the map you're drawing in your brain, activating neuroplasticity to shape your future. You're no longer at the mercy of circumstances. You're programming your subconscious to see the world through the lens of your intention, your strength. It's your tool to manifest your purpose with clarity. A posture. What you've aligned isn't just a physical adjustment. It's your new identity. The way you position yourself in the world is a silent declaration of your power. Every time you sit with your spine straight, shoulders back, and head held high, you're not just correcting your form. You're activating your confidence, communicating to your nervous system that you're in control, that you're present, that you're unbreakable. The forbidden brain hack is not a set of exercises you perform. It's a complete transformation of your being, a recalibration of your mind, body, and spirit. You are no longer a leaf blown by the wind. You have become the mountain that endures, the lake that reflects truth, and the flow that shapes the river's course. Your brain is now restructured. The neural pathways that once led you to fear and doubt are being actively replaced by pathways of resilience and determination. You already have everything you need. The map is in your mind. The tools are in your body. The journey begins now, beyond this screen. The inhuman strength you've sought isn't waiting to be found. It's waiting to be revealed by you, in every conversation, in every challenge, in every choice. This is your moment of truth. Your final declaration that you are ready to become unbreakable. And for this revelation to be complete, for this strength to manifest in every aspect of your life, I make you one last and most important invitation. Keep that energy, carry it with you. Embrace the power you've just awakened and allow it to guide you. The world out there doesn't need more people who react. It needs people who act with intention, clarity, and unshakable serenity. The true challenge, the true victory, awaits you in the real world. This is not the end. This is the new beginning. The beginning of your unbreakable life, where you not only live, but thrive with a strength that defies human logic itself. You felt the door open. The inhuman strength, what seemed like a distant legend, now resonates within you like a promise, an echo of your own dormant capacity. We have navigated the depths of breathing, visualization, and mental discipline, building a solid foundation, an unshakable rock in the ocean of chaos. You have learned to be the observer, the conductor of your own mind. But the symphony of your life is not played by a single conductor. It needs an instrument, and the most powerful of all is about to be revealed, yours. Heart. Yes, your heart. Not just the biological pump that beats in your chest, but the center of a subtle and profound intelligence that ancient masters revered. Modern neuroscience, in its most recent discoveries, begins to understand what Eastern traditions have known for millennia. The heart has its own brain, a complex network of neurons that communicates directly with your cerebral cortex. This communication is not one way. It is a powerful conversation that influences every thought, every emotion, every decision you make. And that is our next step. The art of cardiac coherence. What is this? Imagine for a moment your heart beating. Most of the time, under stress or anxiety, the rhythm is chaotic, erratic, like an out-of-tune song. And your brain, tuned to this frequency, enters a state of fight or flight. Your mind becomes cloudy, your strength weakened. But when you intentionally align your heartbeat into a harmonious and coherent pattern, like a perfect wave, you send a signal to your brain. This signal is one of peace, order, and power. Your mind calms, your concentration sharpens, and you access a state of peak performance that seemed impossible. It's a biohack that master meditators use to enter states of deep wisdom and clarity. For Eastern philosophies, this alignment was the point where mind and spirit meet, the point where your intention becomes reality. They saw the heart as the center of the energy of love, gratitude, and compassion. When you cultivate these feelings, you don't just feel good. You literally, generating an energy field that radiates from you. A field that expands, influencing those around you and, on a more subtle level, shaping your own reality. This energy field is what gives you the unshakable presence of a master. It is not the brute strength of an animal, but the magnetic force of a leader, of a wise man. Let's do a short exercise now. Place one hand over your heart. Feel the warmth of your palm, feel the pulse of life. Take a deep breath, returning to our Dantian practice. But this time, imagine your breath entering and leaving directly from your heart. Inhale a sense of deep gratitude. It could be for life, for a loved one, for a moment of peace. Exhale any lingering anxiety or fear. With each beat, I feel coherence unfolding. Feel your energy field expand, strong, luminous, and unshakable. This practice, combined with everything we have learned, is the key to the next level of your power. You are no longer just resisting the world. You are creating the world in your image. And to continue unlocking these secrets, to delve even deeper into the art of becoming the force, your presence here, your dedicated attention, are essential. If you are feeling the power of these words, if your heart is resonating with this truth, then I ask you to not just watch, but to participate actively in our growth. The journey continues, and what awaits you next is even more profound and transformative. You felt it. The moment you placed your hand over your heart and breathed gratitude, something shifted. A wave of calm and power washed over your mind, replacing the constant noise with crystal clarity. This wasn't a magic trick. It was your first conscious experience of cardiac coherence, the perfect fusion between your intention and the energy of your being. Your heart, which was previously an erratic battery, became a beacon, emitting a powerful and harmonious signal. And your brain, obeying this biological and spiritual command, began to reorganize itself to hear this new frequency. Neuroscience calls this electromagnetic resonance. Your heart's electrical field is up to 100 times stronger than your brain's, and its magnetic field is up to 5,000 times more powerful, extending for meters around you. When you enter a state of cardiac coherence, this field becomes a high-powered transmitter. And what does it transmit? The frequency of your purest intention. Eastern philosophy understands this as the person manifesting through you, the universal flow of energy being channeled by your aligned consciousness. You are no longer just existing in the world, you are resonating with Him. And resonance is the key to manifestation. Not the manifestation of a selfish desire, but the manifestation of your higher purpose. This is where our path forks, leading to an even deeper level of our brain hack. If the mind is the focus and the heart is the power, the next step is creative visualization with the heart. It's not the same as the visualization we did before. Now, you don't just visualize with your mind, you surround it with the energy field of your heart. Think of a martial arts master who not only visualizes the perfect movement, but also the feel in every cell of his body, with the serenity of a heart at peace. He's not just thinking about winning, he in victory. He is not just visualizing strength, he in the strength. That's the difference. Let's do another practical exercise. Close your eyes, place your hand over your heart, and breathe as we learned. Now, visualize a goal in your life. Don't just see it in your mind, but feel it in your heart. Feel the joy, gratitude, and peace of having already achieved this goal. Feel the energy of your heart expand and embrace this image. It's as if you're sending a message to the universe, not with words or thoughts, but with language of pure energy. This practice creates a powerful feedback loop where your mind visualizes and your heart radiates, amplifying your intention to a level that mere thought could never reach. The inhuman strength we are uncovering is not the strength to fight, but the strength to create. It's the resilience of a heart that refuses to be shaken, and the clarity of a mind that refuses to be clouded. This is the strength that allows you to transform obstacles into opportunities, challenges into growth. This is the strength that attracts harmony around you, that makes you a light of calm in the midst of the storm. The brain hack is not about changing the world outside, but about changing your inner world, so that the outside world is forced to realign with your new frequency. And this is where your journey becomes truly extraordinary. This is the path. One practice at a time, one step at a time. From now on, your heart is your new command center. And what you will discover next is how to sustain this connection, how to keep your beacon lit even on the darkest nights. What awaits you is the next layer of wisdom, the one that will make you unbreakable in any situation. The energy you felt, that flow of coherence radiating from your heart, is not a passing sensation. It is yours. New reality, a frequency you are learning to tune into. But the real test, the real challenge, doesn't happen in the stillness of your meditation, but in the whirlwind of everyday life. Amid the chaos of traffic, the pressure of a meeting, the frustration of an unexpected obstacle. It's in these storms that most people lose their connection, regress to old patterns of reactivity, and forget the strength they cultivate. Our brain hack goes beyond a momentary practice, it's a lifestyle. This is where I introduce you to the discipline that will solidify everything we have learned, discipline of presence. Think of it as an invisible anchor. You don't have to sit with your eyes closed to meditate. From now on, every moment is an opportunity to return to your center. In Eastern philosophy, this is mindfulness raised to maximum power. It's the act of bringing your awareness back to your breath, back to the warmth of your heart, back to your posture, not once, but countless times a day. While you listen to someone speak, while you type a message, while you simply wait. Each return to your presence is a repetition, a neural reinforcement that strengthens your mental and spiritual muscles. From a neuroscience perspective, this practice is the most powerful form of brain reprogramming that exists. Each time you choose presence over reaction, you are strengthening the neural pathways of your prefrontal cortex, the region of your brain responsible for executive control, decision-making, and clarity. You are literally teaching your brain to make the state of coherence your new default, your new mode of functioning. This is neuroplasticity at its most glorious. What was once a conscious effort now becomes an automatic reflex. Your mind, which used to be a chaotic garden, is now a perfectly manicured Zen garden, where every thought has its place. This practice of continuous presence is what separates a student from a master. A master is not someone who never faces a challenge. It's someone who finds peace and strength in the midst of it. Think of a samurai in combat. He moves not with anger or fear, but with a relentless calm, with an unshakable presence that allows you to see your opponent's every move with absolute clarity. This is the true inhuman strength we are cultivating. It is the ability to be the calm in the center of the storm, to use the energy of chaos to strengthen your own presence. The resilience you learned from breathing, the manifestation you learned from heart, and the clarity you learned from focus come together with the indiscipline of presence to make you unbreakable, not just in theory, but in every second of your life. This is your next great task. To become the presence, the beacon. But what happens when the chaos becomes too much? What happens when the challenge is so overwhelming that it seems impossible to hold your anchor? There is one final tool, One last secret that the masters use to recalibrate instantly your presence and your strength in the midst of any crisis. It's a simple but incredibly powerful hack. And that's what I'll reveal to you in our next step. The journey continues, and what awaits you next will give you the key to remaining unshakable in any situation, no matter how difficult it may be. In the previous part, we explored the discipline of presence, the art of staying anchored in the center of your strength. But life, in its unpredictability, sometimes throws us such overwhelming challenges that the anchor seems to want to give way. External chaos tries to invade our inner sanctuary. It is at this breaking point, at this moment of maximum tension, that most people lose their way. They give in to panic, anger, frustration. But you, who are embarked on this journey of wisdom, will have a secret tool, an emergency life hack to recalibrate instantly your mind and spirit. It's our second best content for this phase of the journey. I call him the Chaos Discharger. Think of it as a reset of your nervous system, an override command to survival mode. It's a secret as simple as it is powerful, used by masters in combat or extreme pressure situations. The technique is this: the exact moment you feel panic or anger rising, the instant your body tenses, you don't fight it. You use it. You inhale quickly and deeply through your nose, as if drawing in all the chaotic energy. Hold for a second. And then, with controlled force, exhale through your mouth with a hissing sound, a long, powerful shhh, as if deflating a balloon or releasing the pressure from a pot. From a neuroscience perspective, what you're doing is consciously interrupting the stress cycle. The act of taking a deep breath and holding it stimulates the vagus nerve, which is primarily responsible for shifting your body from the fight or flight state, sympathetic nervous system, to the rest and digest state, parasympathetic nervous system. A long, controlled exhale enhances this shift, releasing physical and mental tension. You're, in seconds, telling your brain that the threat is past and that it can return to a state of calm and clarity. It's a biohack that gives you back control in the blink of an eye. From the perspective of energetic spirituality, this technique is about release of stagnant chi. In times of stress, our vital energy clings to certain parts of the body, creating knots of tension and blocking its flow. The Chaos Discharger is a way to consciously force this energy to move, to be expelled. It's as if you were shaking dust from a carpet or cleaning a clogged pipe. Inhaling pulls out the blocked energy, and exhaling releases it, allowing new, clean, and coherent energy to flow freely. This is what masters do to recover from a blow, to restore their focus and power. This is your ultimate tool, your emotional sovereignty. The inhuman strength we are cultivating is not about not feeling fear or anger. It is about the ability to choose what to do with them. It's about the resilience of a master who doesn't waver, but adapts. It's the freedom of not being held hostage by your reactions. The Chaos Discharger is your last line of defense, your ability to remain unbreakable no matter what the world throws at you. And with this tool in hand, your power becomes complete. Now you have the foundation, breathing, posture, visualization. You have the amplified power, heart coherence, and heart-based visualization. And you have the ultimate defense, the Chaos Discharger. But having all the tools in one toolbox doesn't make you a master. It's the integration of them, the art of using them in harmony, that will make you truly unbreakable. And it is about this integration that our next part will be. It is about taking everything we have learned and weaving it into a single, powerful, and continuous state of being. In our last conversation, I gave you the emergency tool, the Chaos Discharger, the last line of defense for your emotional sovereignty. Now, you have all the pieces of the puzzle, the breath anchor, the visualization beacon, the foundation of posture, the heart's powerhouse, and to reset for moments of crisis. Having all these tools in your belt, however, doesn't make you a master. True power, true inhuman strength, resides in art from integration. The ability to weave all these practices into a single, fluid, and continuous state of being. This is our next big topic, one of the deepest secrets of the forbidden brain hack, the unbreakable flow state. Think of a martial arts master. He doesn't think, now I breathe, now I position myself, now I attack. He simply moves. Breathing is movement, posture is intention, and action is the natural result of a body and mind in perfect harmony. The master isn't executing techniques, he is the technique. Everything merges into a dance of power, effortless, without resistance. This is the state you are about to reach. From a neuroscience perspective, what happens during this state is whole brain synchronization. The different neural networks, which normally compete for attention and energy, now align and work in perfect cooperation. The prefrontal cortex, which previously struggled to maintain focus, now operates on autopilot, freeing up energy for the rest of the brain to operate at its maximum capacity. You enter a zone of optimal performance, where time seems to slow down and your intuition becomes your primary guide. This is the state of flow that elite athletes, brilliant musicians, and visionary leaders experience when they're at their peak. But you'll learn to consciously access it. From the perspective of energetic spirituality, this is the state of the unit. It is the moment when the duality between mind and body, between self and universe, dissolves. Your energy, chi, flows without blockages, in perfect harmony with the universal flow, Tao. You are no longer fighting against life, you are flowing with it. Your strength is no longer the result of effort, but the natural manifestation of your aligned existence. It is the strength of a mountain that cannot resist the wind, but allows itself to be part of the landscape. It is the strength of a river that does not fight against the rocks, but flows around them in an inevitable flow. This is the essence of inevitability, the certainty that your actions are in perfect harmony with your purpose. To begin cultivating this state of integration, there's no new technique. There's a new way of being. The practice is as follows. Start your day with a quick sequence. For 1 minute, breathe deeply into your dantian. For another minute, visualize golden light expanding from your heart. For another minute, feel your posture as the unshakable foundation. Do this every morning. This short sequence trains your brain and body to see all the tools as an interconnected system, one that prepares you for the flow of your day. Over time, you won't need to think about the sequence anymore. You will be the sequence. This is the ultimate turning point. From here on, what awaits you is the full manifestation of your power. But for this strength to shine in its fullest, you must face the ultimate enemy, the one that resides in the shadows of your own mind. The one that sabotages your resolve, that whispers doubts and fears when you need clarity most. In our next step, I will give you the strategy to defeat this internal enemy, the final obstacle on your path to becoming unbreakable. You have built your inner temple. With your breath, you laid the foundations. With your posture, you aligned the columns. With your heart coherence, you lit the flame on the altar. And with the integration of all these tools, you have become the priest who dwells within it, in a state of uninterrupted flow and power. But even the most sacred temple can be invaded by shadows. There is one final enemy, the most insidious and difficult to combat, because it speaks with your own voice. The whisper of doubt and let's sabotage the car. This enemy isn't external. It doesn't come from an opponent or a challenge in the world. It resides deep within your mind, an echo of ancient fears, past wounds, and limiting narratives you've accepted as truth. Most people, upon hearing this whisper, retreat. They convince themselves they're not good enough, that they're not capable, and abandon the journey. But a master doesn't fight their own reflection. They understand it and use it. This is where I give you our last and most profound tool, the ritual of the unbreakable mind. It is not a combat technique, but an act of transmutation. The first step is the hardest: acknowledge the doubt without judgment. When the whisper of self-sabotage appears, don't ignore it or fight it. Simply see it, as if it were a passing cloud in the sky of your consciousness. Neuroscience tells us that by doing this, you separate the observer from the thought, weakening the emotional charge it carries. You create a safe distance, a space for your true strength to breathe. The second step is transmutation. Immediately after recognizing the doubtful thought, you will consciously activate one of your brain hack tools. It could be a deep, powerful breath into your dantian. It could be realigning your posture, shoulders back, head held high. It could be placing your hand on your heart and breathing gratitude. What you are doing is consciously override. You're telling your mind, I see your fear, but I choose my strength. You're literally creating a new neural pathway that diverts the energy of doubt and redirects it to your foundation of power. Fear becomes the signal for you to anchor yourself more deeply. In Eastern philosophies, this practice is the differentiation between the self and the ego. The ego is the voice of fear and doubt, a construct of past experiences. The self is your true essence, your unbreakable, immutable, and powerful nature. The ritual of the unbreakable mind is your daily practice of silencing the ego and giving voice to yourself. It is your final declaration that you are the master of your own mind. It is your victory over yourself. With this ultimate tool, you are not just strong, you are unbreakable. You don't shield yourself from chaos, you use it as fuel. You're not hostage to your mind, you are its commander. The journey we've taken together has brought us to this point. To this moment of complete sovereignty over your being. And now, you're ready for the final step. The epic conclusion, where we'll see how all of this culminates in the creation of your new reality. This is your true awakening. We have reached this moment. You didn't just walk a path, you built it with your own discipline and intention. The Forbidden Brain Hack journey is not about learning techniques, but about the art of becoming a masterpiece. You are no longer the rough marble, hostage to your original form. You are the sculptor. Deep breathing was your hammer, breaking the crusts of fear and anxiety. Upright posture was your chisel, shaping your form into greatness. Golden visualization was your light, revealing the beauty of creation that lay dormant within you. Heart coherence was the heat of your forge, fusing all the pieces into an inseparable whole. And the rituals of presence and transmutation were your sandpaper, polishing every imperfection, revealing the brilliance that was always there. This is your new reality, a reality where problems are no longer crises, but challenges you face with unshakable calm. Where stress is not a master, but a signal you use to deepen your own strength. Where the voice of doubt is no longer a commander, but a distant whisper reminding you to grow stronger. From a neuroscience perspective, what happened to you is total recalibration of your nervous system. The neural connections that once sent you spiraling into fear and reactivity have been weakened and replaced by powerful new networks of resilience and focus. Your brain no longer operates in survival mode, but in response mode. Prosperity and mastery. This is victory. Victory over your own mind. Victory over your self-sabotage. Victory over your limited vision of who you could be. The inhuman strength we sought was not the ability to lift a car with our hands. It was the ability to lift your own spirit when life tries to knock you down. It was the ability to stay centered when the world tries to distract you. It was the ability to see beauty and purpose amidst the chaos. This is where your journey of transformation becomes visible to the world. By changing your inner self, you've changed your resonance. And the world, without choice, begins to realign with your new frequency. Those around you will sense your calm. Opportunities will manifest in unexpected ways. Solutions to problems that once seemed impossible now flow with clarity. You are no longer a passenger on your life's journey. You are the captain. You are no longer reacting to the winds. You are using them to navigate towards your purpose. The forbidden brain hack is forbidden only because it frees you. It frees you from the prison of your own mind, from the slavery of your emotions, from the mediocrity of your unrealized potential. It gives you the keys to become your own master, your own guide, your own source of power. And now, with this new reality established, with this new strength awakened, what remains is the final step. The final consolidation that will seal your transformation, making it not just an experience, but a legacy. Your story of unbreakability is about to be written. Stay with me for the final moments. You've walked the path. With the forbidden brain hack, you became the architect of your own mind, the master of your own spirit. You are the masterpiece that emerged from the marble. You are no longer the passenger of your life. You are the captain sailing with purpose. But our journey, which seemed to be about your individual transformation, always had a greater purpose. The true purpose of your inhuman strength is not for your own benefit. It is the beginning of your unbreakable legacy. What is an unbreakable legacy? It's not the millions in your bank account, nor your name plastered on a building. It's the energy you radiate. It's the calm you bring to a room full of stress. It's the clarity you offer when everyone else is confused. It's the resilience you demonstrate that, without a single word, inspires those around you to find their own strength. You have become a beacon, and a beacon doesn't shine for itself. It shines to guide others through the darkness. From a neuroscience perspective, this is the magic of mirror neurons. Our brains are designed to learn and resonate with the environment around us. When you enter a room with an unwavering presence, with a coherent heart, the brains of those around you pick up on that frequency. They unconsciously begin to calm down. Your state of being becomes an invitation for the world around you to enter a higher frequency. You don't need to preach. You don't need to teach. You simply and by being the strongest, most aligned version of yourself, you are unknowingly elevating the world. This is the power of positive emotional contagion. In Eastern philosophy, this is the moment to transcend one's ego. The master who finds enlightenment for himself is only the first step. The next level, the level of a bodhisattva, is the decision to remain on this plane of existence to help others find their path. You have become an embodiment of the wisdom we seek. And your legacy is your life in action. Your entire life becomes your greatest lesson. Your presence is your sermon. Your resilience is your proof. Your compassion is your mark. This is the true purpose of inhuman strength. Make it a gift to the world. The forbidden brain hack is, at its core, an invitation to your greatness. Not the greatness that seeks applause, but the greatness that seeks elevation. You have the power to become the calm in the chaos, the guide in the darkness, the hope in the despair. Your work, now, is no longer about practicing the techniques. It's about living the legacy. It's about bringing your new reality to every person you meet, to every challenge you face. It's about the responsibility that comes with that power. And for this journey to be sealed, for your legacy to begin to be written from this moment on, I extend my final invitation to you. Share. Share this knowledge with those you love, with those who need it. For true strength, true power, multiplies when shared. The final step, the final impact, is yours. Statement of purpose. It's time for you to take your place as a silent leader, a beacon of unbreakability. And it's this final declaration that we'll talk about in our next and final stage. Stay with me for the final moments. We've reached the end. After 20 parts, dozens of insights, and a profound transformation, our journey through the forbidden brain hack is complete. You embarked on a quest for a distant force, an inhuman force. And today, in this final moment, you discovered the deepest truth of all. The force you sought was not out there. It lay dormant, waiting to be awakened. Inside you. What we did together was not an acquisition process, but a revelation. We dug deep. In the beginning, you found the anchor of breathing, the foundation of all your strength. You have realigned your posture, rising not only physically but spiritually. You used the visualization to ignite the light of intention in your mind. Then we went deeper. You discovered cardiac coherence, the power of your heart to amplify your intention and radiate a new frequency. You have integrated everything into discipline of presence, making each moment a practice, each step a declaration. And you armed yourself with the chaos discharger to be master of your emotions, not hostage to them. Finally, you defeated the last inner enemy with the ritual of the unbreakable mind, silencing doubt and giving voice to your true self. Inhuman strength was never about what you could lift, but about what you could support and transform. It wasn't about dominating others, but about total sovereignty over oneself. This is your final declaration. You declare that you are no longer a product of your environment, but a conscious creator of it. You declare that you are no longer a hostage to your fears, but the master who transmuted them into power. You declare that you are no longer a passenger, but the captain of your destiny. This is your promise to live the unbreakable legacy, to be a beacon of calm and clarity to the world. And with that declaration, our journey ends, but your real journey begins now. The camera will turn off. The screen will darken. But your life, your new life, continues. The knowledge you gained here is useless without action. The strength you discovered is only potential if you don't live it every moment. I extended an invitation to awaken. You accepted. Now, the final invitation is for you to become the awakening. I thank you. I thank you for your attention, for your trust, and for your courage to look within. I believe in you, because Axiom Sage is not just a channel, it is a community of seekers who understand that true wisdom is timeless and constantly evolving. If you feel transformed, if this journey resonated with your soul, your next step is simple. Stay connected. Subscribe, turn on notifications. But not as a spectator, but as a participant. Active participant in this ongoing exploration of the mind and spirit. So that together, we can continue to unlock the secrets of the universe that reside within us. Your journey doesn't end here. It has only just begun. And from now on, you are wisdom itself in motion. Until the next awakening.